Welcome all my friends to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside. I have a bumper that's going to get some paint. It's right outside. Won't you wait and won't you see where the... I can't keep going. Anyway, welcome to the show. Yeah, it's pretty well self-explanatory. But anyway, it's a beautiful day. It's November the 15th. I just thought you might like to see something a little different than me driving around and talking and making all sorts of nonsense. But anyway, I have, check it out, some paint and, well, all the rest of the stuff's outside. But anyway, I gotta bring this out there because this is the first step after cleaning, which I haven't cleaned yet either. So come with me, won't you? God, I keep looking over there like that's where the camera is. It isn't. The camera is... Camera's right there. That's you. I'm talking to you. That's right. Anyway, come with me. I'm going to shoot this in two different ways. It's going to only happen once. It's going to be one take. But the way I'm going to edit it is going to give you two videos so that you can see my bloody lip. Don't worry about that, though, because that's not why we're here. So I'm going to, first off... There we go. Those are now on their correct positioning. And now must, oh, hang on. Oh, don't let the bugs in because that would be bad. Anyway, so like I was saying, I'm gonna do this in two different ways. There will be two different videos, but they will actually be kind of the same because I know that some of you aren't interested in the details and some of you are. So I'm going to have this in two different ways. One of them is going to be in real time, where it's going to show you exactly how long it takes to do this because you will be there with me in real time doing it. And then the other one, I'm going to speed it up a bit so that, you know, you can get on with your life because I know you got stuff to do. But anyway, come with me because I have... Ooh, I gotta turn this off. Hang on a second, I gotta switch around. Would you like to do the switcheroo that is the dance with me and you? Oh, looky, we go tango. There we go. All right, so let me put this in the holder while you're watching because, I don't know, reasons. But anyway, so as you can see, this is the Ford Fusion bumper that is for the car that I paid small fundage for. But first we got to get all the crap off of it. And so I got some of this and one of these and one of these and some of this. And yeah, you get the idea. But anyway, so you just want to start at the highest spot and work towards the bottom. And you can't see it right here, but there's actually spots in the thing. Actually, I think I'm going to show that to you before I start because this is why you clean up before you do that. And because, you know, the attack helicopter's up top, you know, because they're gonna, you know, they're all gonna come and get us. But anyway, this is what you got to see. In fact, I'm gonna pull this out of the holder again so that you can see this because this is the reason why you do prep work before you spray any paint. This is a brand new bumper, okay? All right, the guy that sold me the car gave me this bumper, and it's a typical, you know, bumper that you can install. I mean, you could, in theory, just install this thing exactly like it is, but why would you do that? Anyway, so I don't know if you can see them, but there's all sorts of little nicks from it being out of the box because when I got it, it wasn't in a box. And some of these nicks are actually from me because I've been transporting it, moving it around in the apartment. But some of this stuff, like, see them water spots. Why do I have water spots on a brand new bumper? Well, anyway, not relevant. What is relevant is I'm going to get rid of them. I'm going to get rid of all of these little nicks and water spots. Like, see, there's some of the plastic coming off right there. He told me that this bumper is pre-primed. No, I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all. This is the color that it was molded in. But anyway, that's not relevant because even if it were pre-primed, it's primed in the wrong color. The car's white, and on this particular car, this particular model, the white paint cars are primed in gray. which means that in order for this to match, I'm gonna have to prime this in gray before I lay color. But before I do any of that, I gotta get to work. So this is the part now where if you choose this video, it'll be in real time. It won't be sped up at all. If, on the other hand, you choose this video, it'll be sped up to where it only lasts long enough to eat a sandwich. But anyway, come with me. So you just start at the top. You turn on your brand new bottle of stuff, and you just spray. Now there's some water that I left out here. Oh dear, I left the water inside. I'm gonna have to go get it. You'll come with me for that. But you just want to get everything off that it might have had. Because remember, paint doesn't stick to oils. It doesn't stick to your oils on your fingers. It doesn't stick to oil that's on the bumper already. It doesn't stick to packaging residue. It doesn't stick to any of that stuff. It will only adhere to what it's been designed to stick to. Which means you got to get all that other stuff out of the way. Now when I bring this back into the house to dry, because ultimately I ain't leaving it out here, it will be necessary for me to wear gloves. So here we go, scouring pied side down, look at that. You just pass it over it real gently. Doesn't take much. Because remember, this is the step where you're just trying to get rid of oils and smooth it out a little bit so that the primer will stick. Now obviously this works better when you have this style of hair. So if you don't have this style of hair, I suggest that you go and get this style of hair. Anyway. You can't see me. Marco! Polo! Alright. So. Alright, so there's that. And then there's this side. Now, because the sun is out, this stuff's starting to evaporate, so I better wipe it off. I got some of that right here. Yeah, I'll wipe that off like that. And you just want to give it a good wipe. Because remember, you want the paint to look nice when you're done. And time spent here will improve the way that it looks. Okay, that's that half. Now we'll do the other half. Now the other side might still be, but it might not be. So I'm gonna spray it with this because it might need it. There we go. A little bit of scouring pad action. No different than the other side. All right. Notice how I'm holding it in place using the cloth. This is the same cloth that just passed over it, so it should be okay. Oh, the neighbor's puppy is looking at me. The neighbor's puppy is looking at me. He's so sweet. I love dogs. Absolutely love dogs. Oh, he sounds so sad. Makes me want to go over and pet him. Anyway. Okay. There we go. Got a little bit of that going on. Now, one thing to note is that if you want this to look perfect, I mean like really, really pop, then the methods that I'm employing, no. This is going to be reflective of the rest of the car, okay? The rest of the car is still a 200,000 mile Ford Fusion. And its paint has just as many little niggles as this bumper eventually will have. So in my eye, I just want this to not look like crap. That's all I'm concerned with. I want to put on a paint job that is going to not have a peeling piece coming off of it later on down the line. That's what I'm interested in. Now, I got my solvent, which is probably the wrong solvent. I'm gonna rinse that off in a minute. But this stuff comes out of the bottle clear. Look what it's done to the paper towel. That's all oils and residue from being handled and handled and handled and handled and handled. Because you have to remember, this thing was already out of the box when I bought it. So I don't know how many other people have touched this thing. I mean, for all we know, I just got rid of paint cooties. Time to go get the water. I'll be right back. There we go. Now, in case you're wondering, this is just out of a tap. I just reused the bottles. So here we go, starting at the top. Just like this. There you go. Just like that. Then, like that. There we go. A little bit of washing. And now, whoops, oh, did it pass? All right, next, more paper towel action. Now, this bit of paper towel action is to remove, wait a minute, I've got to say it like Boris Johnson of Mayor of London. You have to remove, there we go. You have to remove the residue so that the bumper will be able to fit on the bus in the correct way and will not hinder the process in any way of the paint sticking to the bumper. Probably wondering what the hell. But anyway, I do like Boris Johnson. He's a cool guy. There are some things that he hasn't done properly, as everyone that has been paying attention is aware. But this is not about politics. Just wanted to bring him up because I like the guy. I think he has a cool sounding voice. But anyway, you get that bit off there. Now this has turned soapy, so I'm about to do it again. Because remember, you got to get it all off. Now some of you are probably saying, well, why didn't you use rubbing alcohol? Well, I could have, I suppose. Rubbing alcohol does have an interesting set of properties. But unfortunately, rubbing alcohol also leaves a residue behind, which I'm not interested in this particular operation. I see, you still see the streaks. It's still soapy. Cloth's better though. Not bad. You might also be wondering, well, what sort of cloth am I supposed to use? Well, you use whatever you got. Look at that. Look at that. That's manufacturing fluff. You got to pull that stuff off too before you spray paint, because if you don't, it'll flip around and you'll end up with trash in your paint. That's not good. Now, that's a little bit better. A little bit of cleaning. Now I'm going to set that aside and rinse it again, because there's still residue there. So, a little bit more rinsing, yes. And get some on my shoes, yes. That's a great idea. Now put some there, put some there, put some there. Yes, just a little bit more of that, yes, yes. There we go, yes. Fantastic. All right. Now, one more gentle swipe, and that should get the residue off. One hopes. Imagine I could probably go for more, but this is close enough. Now, probably wondering, why are you fingering it back there? Well, because I don't have anywhere else to finger it. Plastic bumper covers like to be fingered. Oh, goodness. Yes, I know, I'm a child. I'm a big kid with a big toy. That's what this is. So ladies, if you think your husband's out there whittling away, he is. If you think he's enjoying it, probably. And if that bothers you, I don't know what to tell you. That's a damn shame if it bothers you, because you should want him to like that sort of thing. And incidentally, while we're on that subject, ladies, if you are interested in finding a man, you would do well oh, there we go. I'll get forgive me, I'm trying to concentrate about telling a story while at the same time concentrate on doing my work, so they might cross over a little bit. But anyway, you would do well to search for guys that are handy. Let me explain. The traditional trope of, oh, I want a man that makes $1,000 a day, or I want him to be rich beyond belief, blah, 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 blah. And that's fine, that's understandable. Let me let you into a little secret. Wealth isn't always measured by dollars. It isn't. Because, think of it this way. If your man that you found, whoever he is, let's suppose that you're lucky enough to have ended up with someone that does make or earns, or however you want to say it. Let's say that this individual, whoever he is, you're fortunate enough that he is $500,000 a year. Let's just suppose. So $500,000 a year, right? In dollars. Well, let's suppose that the only reason that makes any sense is because you're able to buy the services from that man. I would say no. I would say no. But anyway, intermission time. So anyway, I had to stop there for a minute and move the car because I got new neighbors moving in, so I had to move the car. But anyway, it is time to go back to work. So here we go. There we go. Now, let me set you in here, like so. Hope, beyond hope, that this tripod arrangement continues to function, and it's time now to do stuff, I guess. All right, here we go. Now we have the paint. It is time. Uh-oh, I got water. Got water on the thingy. There we go. Look at that. There we are. Marvelous. Gotta get all the water off. Paint doesn't stick to water either. Okie dokie. Here we go. There we go. All right, so one trick that I've learned is your best bet is to spray all the edges first. So you spray here, around this corner, do this line before you put any center paint on, because it allows you to focus on those areas while the can is still full. Because if you try to do all of these funny weird spots while the can's almost empty, you try and you turn the can a certain way and then it spits, and then you end up with crap in the paint. You don't want that. So and it's totally okay to get overspray on a paint project when the project isn't attached to the actual thing that it's going to be put on. But anyway, here we go. Oh wait, I gotta move my stuff. Hang on. I bend over in front of the camera so that you can, you know, look at me. All right, here we go. Okay. Now, when you're doing primer, coverage is critical. Accuracy is not. See what I just did there? And you hear it? It's going already. Can's still 3/4 full and it's already spitting. Something tells me I didn't buy enough paint. Just a hunch. All right, now we got the edges taken care of. It's time to put color in the center. I'm gonna start from the outside and spray around with it. Because, all right, keep it close because you don't want the wind blowing it away. But you don't want to be too close, because if you're too close, it creates blobs. And when you have blobs, you have to sand them off, and that's no good. So here we go. See what I mean? New tactic. Paint doesn't come out of the can on its side apparently, so this brand, I guess, they don't have a straw in the middle. Whatever. So, side to side instead. Here we go, ready? Oof. Wind blew it right in my face. Oh yeah, that's not covering good enough. I am going to need more primer. I got 2 cans. Maybe this will be enough to do this one bumper. Maybe. My God, that looks hideous. It's supposed to be high build. I'm not convinced. Now, while I'm over here sniffing paint, come with me. Maybe you can smell it. Oh. Now, I don't know if you saw that. When I'm trying to fill all of these little gaps, you can actually, when you're side to side like this, you can turn the can so that it aims inward at these little crevices. And then when you make your return, you turn the can back so that it's coming this way. So, spraying down, turn the can that way, then rotate your wrist, come back. If you can remember to do that. Now, from the looks of things, I might have to change direction. Since this is the primer coat, this is okay. Now, this is the part of the bumper where people actually bump into it when they're putting groceries in the car. So I'm going to go kind of thick here. It's already got scars in it from being handled that I'm going to have to sand off. So I'm going to need it to be thick here. So that's why I'm going to put a little extra paint, well, primer, to sand down so that when we go lay color, it'll have something behind it. And it feels like the paint can's about run out. That's nice. Now, I'm going to do it again. Okay. All right, paint's starting to turn. It's starting to turn gray. That's good. Maybe this one can is enough. I wasn't convinced at first, but maybe it is. Yeah, it's starting to run low. When you get down to the half point of the can, move to the spot of the panel that you're working on so that you can use the can upright, which is what I'm going to do on this side here. I'm going to go left to right, like I did on the other side. Hey, this is turning out all right. All right, let me do a little more there. Hey, this is getting bright enough to where I'm going to need sunglasses soon. Now, I haven't been keeping track of time. I imagine you can see it on the screen there, but I haven't got a clue how long this is actually taking. And I don't care. don't get caught into the idea that you have to wait 5 minutes between each coat, because remember, you're spraying a big panel. By the time you're done over here, right, that side will already be dry and can take another coat. And the same as the inverse over here. So once you're done over there, you come over here. You spray, you work towards the spot that's not dry. By the time you get there, it will be dry. Look at that, still got some left. We'll try and use it all. Here we go. I don't know if this is coming through on the camera or not, but when the paint first lays down, you can see the line that I've created. Use that to your advantage if you can actually see it. If you can actually see the line that you've created, make that your mental note for the next line. This way you're not overlapping it too much. Now, I don't know if it's coming across in the camera or not, but you can see, maybe you can see, I don't know, I'll have to pull it later. But there's little scars all over the place, particularly right here. And that's a shame because I think I created those. Damn. Oh, it's still dark right here. Need a little more. Got a little darkness right there. Trunk lid will cover that up. Nobody will see that, but I will. I'll know it's there, and that's unfortunate because I don't want to know that it's there. I want it to be gone. I want perfection from a spray can. Now, yes. Now on this side, well, let me just show you. All right. Can't really see it on this side because it's still wet and it's drying, but there is. Let me just. Oh my goodness. I hope the camera has been staying put while I've been filming. Oh dear. I can't get you out. There we go. All right. Goodness. My improvised tripod. Look at this. There's the cell phone holder thingy adapted to the top of the tripod where I have removed the original piece, and then there's the rest of it, and there's some of it, and then there's some of it, and there's some of it. Anyway, so you can't really see it on this side so good, although I did do 2 coats on this side. I've got one spot right here that I got to do over. But apart from that, it's looking all right. You can see the lines a little bit. Now come with me over to the other side. And you can see that it's only 1 coat. And I have more to coat, right? But this is good coverage for a first coat. And then you come over here to this bit. I don't know if this comes in, but you can kind of see, well, I mean, I don't think that's bad. But you got little nicks like that, and like that, and like that, and that. My God, that's like a hangnail. Wait a minute. No, I better not. I'll have to prep it again if I do that. I'm gonna get these off with sandpaper. All right. Anyway, you can kind of see that now. So I'm gonna put you back over here so that you can watch me do more work. Hopefully this arrangement with my tripod with a penny, a water hose washer, and okay, so anyway, I think what has happened is I forgot to hit the record button. Great. So anyway, that means that you didn't get to see all of the primering that I just did, which is unfortunate because I wanted to show off what it looked like in the moment, but whatever. Okay. So there we go, primered bumper. Now it's time, with the magic of TV. Hang on a second. Yeah. All right, so now we have bumper for the Ford that has been primered. And now we're gonna go inside and prep inside because the wind's blowing and there's crap falling from the trees, and you do not want stuff to fall into your paint while it's still wet. Particularly the primer, it's not so bad, but if it's color, if it's final, if it's top coat, no, you don't want that stuff going into your final coat. So I somehow have to find out a way to do it in here without killing all the wildlife. But anyway, that takes care of the primering portion of this project. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I will have it set up somehow on this newfangled thing called the YouTube here in a little while. And the next thing that you see on this very same bumper, because it will be the same bumper, is you will see me laying color coat. Exactly where I'm going to lay color coat, I don't know. I have to figure that part out. But anyway, I hope that you will see me for that round because that's coming up really soon. So stay tuned, click the whatever's going to be on the screen. If it's going to be over like here, or there, or there, or there, or if you can like pick your nose or whatever. Anyway, I do thank you for watching. See you next time.